Hey everybody, this is Lorelia and I'm doing a live today. I'm doing a live on the topic real estate revenue and receivables. Now, if you are new to me or new to the information that I share, um, I had to pause for a second. I primarily help people leverage business credit to fund real estate deals or to help you get a real estate deal, getting access to 50, 75, or up to, I think right now, my latest client, we helped him secure over 150K in funding to leverage to invest in real estate. And so that's why I titled this video Real Estate Revenue and Receivables. Had to think there for a second. And why did I want to do a video on this? So a few videos back, I talked about the three R's and I did them in my car. I did them in my car. Let me turn off all these notifications. And so I kind of gave a rough draft of what I mean when I say the three R's. And so I'm going to go a little deeper. Now, you may not know this, but for some people, when it comes to business credit, we're just doing primarily just business credit for a person who is in business or is looking to get access to business credit. Normally, and you may not know this, but it is considered the three C's. The person who is the best candidate to maximize the amount of funding that they want to get, it's down to three C's: cash flow, collateral, or credit. In no particular order, you need to have those three. I've did a video on it. Cash flow, credit, collateral. Now, primarily, those three C's are for the individuals who say, I want to get funding and I don't want to use a personal guarantee. And the biggest lie that is being hustled all over the internet, that is being hustled all over the internet, is that people want to believe that you can get all this funding. When I say all this funding, anything north of 50K, because I tell people you yourself can get $2,500 with moderate credit and a registered business. You can get a $2,500 credit card. You can get a $5,000 credit card. You may even look up and get a $7,500 credit card. It is possible with moderate credit and a registered business. But we talking here about big girl or big boy deal making. And the reason why I say big girl or big boy is because I specialize with helping people leverage business credit to invest in real estate. And so if you are going to invest in real estate and you want to leverage business credit, how in the heck are you going to do that with a gas card? Because going back to what I said with the hustle, everyone is hustling business credit. You got people who are binge on a whole bunch of content, and pretty much everyone is saying the same thing. Get the net 30, register your business, get an LLC, open a bank account, set up an account on Dun and Bradstreet, order some net 30s, and voila, you have entered in the realm of business credit. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that it doesn't have its place. It does. It has its place. But remember, I said we're talking big girl and big boy things here. And so I have yet to figure out how me getting a gas card is going to help me invest in real estate. I have yet to figure out how me getting office supplies from some net 30 vendor is going to help me invest in real estate. It is not. And so that's why I say it's the biggest hustle around. Now, going back to what I talked about, the three C's: credit, collateral, cash flow. That's for the business owner or the person who says, I want to be able to obtain funding and I want to do it without any PG. You need to have those three. Now, this is for the person that is doing it the legal way. We're not talking about the tricks and the strategies of you going to apply for a car loan, but a credit union, but you really don't want it because you really want a term loan, but you've been told term loans hard to get. But if you do this type of trick, that's how you're going to get funding. We're not talking about that. We're talking about how to legitimize your funding strategy. Now, we're going to talk about the case in point. I want to invest in real estate. I want to leverage your credit. Do I have any of those three C's? Do I own real estate? No, no, Lorelia, I don't. I'm new to real estate. So I can't leverage something that I don't have. And I get it. So the next thing, well, do you have revenue? Well, revenue, not really that consistent. So I don't quite have that either, Lorelia. Okay, well, do you have receivables? Meaning that you are a legitimate business that, and when I say legitimate, I mean a business that is keeping track of the transactions in your business. And so in your business, you may hold receivables because there are people who may pay you and you have it on the books. So now, do you at least have receivables? Can we leverage that? Well, no. Okay, so what are we talking here? So now we have to think outside of the box and go to other means. And that is where leveraging credit comes from. Because understand, you're dealing with two sides of the coin. You have the person who wants to be able to leverage credit to invest in real estate, but they may lack a few things. Or you may have the person who may be a seasoned business owner in terms of, a real estate investor, real estate business owner, whatever, the case may be. And they may even have favorable credit. Now they need to understand how the process works. And so understand that, ladies and gentlemen, because what is happening right now is you have a lot of people who are just regurgitating information. And I said that I was going to leave this for another video, but I'm going to kind of touch on it here. There is a difference between building a business credit profile, which is what most people are teaching people how to do. Building a business credit profile is pretty much you creating a name for your business, understanding the industry that you're in, then registering the business, then going to get a business bank account, and now you are doing all the regurgitated stuff on the internet. You are getting a Dun and Bradstreet and all that's creating a business credit profile. And so that is why everybody has this tiered system that they teach you. You're going to go to the net 30s, and then from the net 30s, you're going to get the vendor accounts. And then from the vendor, every other reach the place of where you're trying to get to, which is the cash or the credit. And a lot of times, and I always ask people this and it gets them irritated. Well, when do you get to the money? Because understand, ladies, there's a difference between building a business credit profile and actually getting funding. That is something totally different. And so, for the people who are saying, well, I can help you get funding, this is the hustle they're doing now. They've found some lenders who can lend to people, but they still don't quite know the criteria of being able to maximize the amount of funding a person gets. Because at the end of the day, what they won't tell you is that many of those lenders out there just want you to feed them leads. So what they do is they'll give you a blanket credit score and they'll say, bring me anyone who is 680 and above. And so what happens is you as the provider tell your clients, well, you got to be at least at 680. And so that's where that whole, this is where you need to be at, 680 credit score. But it holds no bearing because with the lender's never going to really explain to the provider the client getting their funding. They never are. And so now that's the newest hustle, is that they've built some relationships with lenders and now it's still on a hope strategy. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the game. That is what everybody is doing. But at the end of the day, people ask me, well, Lorelia, if that is the game, what are you doing different? What I'm doing different is sharing with people that it is a process that you have to go through. And unfortunately, what is a hard pill for people to swallow is that it is a process. Most people are looking for a quick money grab. And I always tell them, if you are looking for right now money now, and you just need a quick money grab, I'm not your person. I'm not your person because that is not what they do. Which is why you will not never hear me really put down that your personal credit is not something that you should consider. Why? Because most of the individuals who are out there looking for funding, they don't even have the business things in place for them to maximize the amount of funding that they would get in business without a PG. So what happens is that the person begins to create a mindset of, I want to build business credit that's not attached to my personal credit, because in the event that I can't pay my business credit, I want to be able to walk away from it. And that's why I'm not a big advocate of working with individuals like that, because that says a lot about your character, that you're trying to figure out a way to get a whole bunch of money. Because I've always said, if your word is your bond, if your John Hancock's is what you say it is, meaning when you sign on the dotted line, someone lends you $75,000, someone lends you 65, someone lends you 80,000, or is your word good for you to pay it back? And if your word is good to pay it back, then by all means, funding will become your playground. It's not that difficult, ladies and gentlemen. It's not that difficult. So when I talk about the three R's, real estate, revenue, and receivables, it's for that person who ultimately wants to get the most amount of funding without doing a PG. And so ask yourself, do you have any of those three to leverage? And if you don't have any of those three things to leverage, there are other means that you have to look at. That's the part that no one is telling you. Everybody is telling you that business credit is a quick money grab. And I'm here to say it's not. Not if you want to play the long game and you really want to build a relationship with lenders where money becomes your playground. I've always said there is no better shortages on funding as we speak. Don't know what the future holds, but as of today in 2021, there are no shortages. So with that being said, foster and maintain the relationships that you have to be able, and don't get over your head with too much funding. And then now what happens is that you have to hit the reset button and then build a whole new relationship. And that's a whole nother video about that's the problem. Many people don't understand that it really is a lending lending relationship, and not in a relationship as you're going to the bank and giving your banker donuts and all this other stuff, but it's really an artificial intelligence relationship. And like I said, that's a whole nother video. So I'm already at the 14-minute mark. If you want to learn how you can get access to $50,000, now I'm saying six figures in funding, because I have a client right now as we speak at over 500K with working with clients, helping them to get business credit. So if you want to have a conversation, go to www.helpmegetbusinesscredit, no, bizcredit.com. Links will be below this video. www.helpmegetbizcredit.com. Also, I'm going to be doing a workshop sometime this month. It's going to be 4 to 5 hour workshop. I'm going to be sharing with you my process. This is not a how to build business credit workshop. It's going to be the process that I use, that I have been using, the system that I've created to be able to help my clients maximize the most funding. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that I created many of the principles. But what I will say is I have mastered how to put these principles together so you can maximize the most amount of funding. So if you want to learn more about that, you go to www.neverloseadeal.com, that I put you on my communication list. And I will see you at my next video. Talk to you in my next video. Okay, signing off.